Like the previous quarter, the group is expected to post an increase in earnings and revenue, but it could well be lighter than forecast. Earnings are seen at $2.96 a share. Revenue forecast to rise 15.37 billion. The company reporting revenue last year of 13.56 billion. Like in the second quarter, the top line expected to benefit from higher interest rates and revolving loan balances. Spending on travel and entertainment may also have helped to boost spending volumes across American Express's network. Now, this is an all-session stock, and if it does beat earnings, we could see a little bit of a rise at the start of today's trade in the all sessions. We're opening at 9 o'clock this morning. That company expected to report earnings around about midday. Meanwhile, Schlumberger, the oilfield services company in the States, is not an all-session stock. It's expected to report earnings before the bell. Forecast to produce earnings of 77 cents a share on revenues of 8.3 billion. That's to be compared with 63-cent earnings last year and revenues of 7.5 billion. Now, we know the story for these large companies in the oil sector. It has been an absolute bumper year, or certainly bumper last couple of quarters. Look at the share price move that we've got here. Recent highs peaking out at $62.10. Well, opening today at $59.97, and that comes after the opening comes after the release of those earnings this morning. Staying on the charts, just wanted to quickly update you as well on what's happening with oil. Brent, a little bit of a red candle today, but it's been a stellar week for the price of Brent, up at $92 at the moment. We'll be watching the Baker Hughes rig count this week. Rig count in the States increased to 622 last week from 619. Crude oil rigs rising to 501, 4 more than the prior week. We've been hearing a lot about the Cushing oil inventories this week. Another 1 million barrels taken off that. 100,000 barrels, I beg your pardon, taken out of that. And the Cushing count is all about the amount of oil that comes out of this Permian Basin, these fracking rigs, which is what Baker Hughes counts. And it's all about what's happening in that particular area of the market, but oil supplies continuing to dry up. Just want to return to the share price chart for the price of oil and take a look at what happened yesterday with US crude. In amongst the mix here is also the news yesterday that President Biden's administration has agreed to ease some of the restrictions on Venezuelan oil. The problem with Venezuelan oil, it is very heavy. It takes a lot of money to refine it down to what you would use in heating oil and in car fuel usage. So it may not have an immediate impact, but nonetheless, it's interesting to know with the stresses and strains of the Middle East that we see a continuation of this uptrend here, despite the fact that we've seen this agreement with Venezuela to bring more oil onto the market. Staying on the charts, just wanted to update you on what's happening with the price of gold. Continues to rise. Earlier this week, I was talking about this little pennant formation here and the projections. My projection was just shy of the 2,000 level, and that looks to be where we're going to be going as we see a continuation of the recent rise in the price of gold. That's it. So about 15 minutes to go before the start of today's European session. Looking out for IHG at the start of today's trade here in the London markets, Intercontinental's group, coming through with some good numbers. No projections from the company, so we've got no idea as to how this current quarter is going, but it is only a trading statement after all, and the company not trading too far away from recent record highs. Certainly watching out for that. I'll be back at 1:30 with Beat the Street, and I will be following up on earnings from Schlumberger and American Express. See you then. We've got charting before that at 10:30.